What's going down, everybody? It's Max from Action Sports here, bringing you episode 4 of my Carolina Panthers Owner Mode. And if at the beginning of every episode, if you haven't noticed, I show the schedule of all the games we have already had and our future games. I don't know, I kind of like that system to so you know what's going on. But here you can see we're going to be facing off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, hoping to end this losing streak of games played. Our simulation has been pretty good to us. We are 2-1 in the simulation, but we are 0-3 in games played. So, yeah. But at the beginning of this episode, I'm going to be going over the first round of the draft. So pretty much every first round pick of the 2014 NFL draft. So I'm just going to open up this page here. Definitely not on Google. Alright, so the first pick of the NFL draft, the Houston Texans selected Jadeveon Clowney, the defensive end out of South Carolina. And the second pick, the St. Louis Rams selected Greg Robinson, the offensive tackle out of Auburn. And the third pick, Jacksonville Jaguars selected quarterback Blake Bortles out of Central Florida. The Buffalo Bills selected Sammy Watkins, wide receiver out of Clemson, for the fourth pick. The Oakland Raiders selected Khalil Mack, outside linebacker out of Buffalo. And the Atlanta Falcons selected Jake Matthews, offensive tackle out of Texas A&M, as their sixth pick. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected Mike Evans, the wide receiver out of Texas A&M, for the 7th overall pick. The Cleveland Browns selected Justin Gilbert, cornerback out of Oklahoma State. The Minnesota Vikings selected Anthony Barr, outside linebacker out of UCLA, as the 9th overall pick of the draft. Then, the Detroit Lions selected Eric Ebron, tight end out of North Carolina. The Tennessee Titans selected Taylor Lewan, offensive tackle out of Michigan, for the 11th pick. New York Giants selected Odell Beckham Jr., wide receiver out of LSU. The St. Louis Rams selected Aaron Donald, the defense tackle out of the University of Pittsburgh, for the 13th overall pick. The Chicago Bears selected Kyle Fuller, cornerback out of Virginia Tech. The Pittsburgh Steelers selected Ryan Shazier, linebacker out of Ohio State. The Dallas Cowboys selected Zach Martin, offensive tackle guard out of Notre Dame. The 17th pick of the draft, the Baltimore Ravens selected C.J. Mosley, the linebacker out of Alabama. The 18th pick in the draft, New York Jets selected Calvin Pryor, the safety out of Louisville. And then the Miami Dolphins selected Jawan James, offensive tackle out of Tennessee, for the 19th pick. New Orleans Saints selected Brandon Cooks, wide receiver out of Oregon State, for the 20th overall pick. The Green Bay Packers selected safety Clinton Dix out of Alabama. Then, the Cleveland Browns selected quarterback Johnny Manziel out of Texas A&M, and I believe the pick was originally the Eagles pick, and then there was some sort of trade, and Cleveland got the pick and selected Johnny Manziel, which was not a surprise to anyone. The Kansas City Chiefs then selected Dee Ford, the defensive end out of Auburn. Cincinnati Bengals selected Darqueze Dennard, cornerback out of Michigan State. San Diego Chargers selected Jason Verrett, cornerback out of TCU. In the 26th pick of the first round, Philadelphia Eagles selected Marcus Smith, defensive end or outside linebacker out of Louisville. Then, the Arizona Cardinals selected Deion Buchanan, safety out of Washington State. The Carolina Panthers selected Calvin Benjamin, wide receiver out of Florida State, for the 20th overall pick. 29th overall pick, New England Patriots selected Dominique Easley, defensive tackle out of Florida. the 30th pick overall, San Francisco 49ers selected Jimmy Ward, the safety out of Northern Illinois. The Denver Broncos selected Bradley Roby, cornerback out of Ohio State. Then, for the final pick of the first round of the 2014 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings selected quarterback Teddy Bridgewater out of Louisville. So that pretty much wraps up the first round of the draft. And sorry if I mispronounced some of those last names, because I feel like I did on a few at least. So you can correct me in the comments or just let it go. It doesn't really matter. But tell me your thoughts about the draft. Do you think it was a good draft? Do you think there were certain teams that could have had a better pick or should have picked someone else, or your favorite team, or a pick that you liked even? And tell me what you think about the players, like Johnny Manziel going 22nd overall. Some people kind of thought that was kind of low. I don't know, rhymed accidentally, but how do you think these players that got picked so high, or even just any player really, how do you think they're going to perform in the NFL? Because the atmosphere in the NFL is a lot different than college, and some people, like, tell me who you think is going to be a bust, and tell me who you think is going to really stand out and be a really great player. And yeah, just tell me really anything you thought about the draft. Your favorite team. Did you think someone made the right pick or the wrong pick? How do you think the players are going to do? And what do you think about Johnny Manziel being the 22nd overall pick? And Johnny Manziel's a really big one, since he was a really big name player coming out of the draft. Do you think he is going to do well overall in the NFL, or do you think he's just not going to be able to live up to his expectations? And just tell me really, again, anything about the draft. Tell me what you thought about the draft. Do you think it was a very good draft? Like, was there a lot of good players in this draft? And what kind of impact do you think these players will make on their team? And do you think that because a team drafted that player, that they're going to do a lot better as a team? Anyway, as you can see, we are up 14-3 in the fourth quarter, but there's still a lot of time left in this video. So that means that it's going to get pretty exciting, because there's going to be a lot of scoring. Just saying, not spoiling anything. And maybe or maybe not, it goes into overtime. I'm not going to tell you. I don't know. Well, I do know, but I'm not going to tell you, because I don't want to spoil the end of this video for you. But I'm going to tell you, I had a lot of fun recording these videos, even the ones I lose. But, I mean, they're kind of frustrating when you lose by a lot. But at least the close games, or the games that you win, they're a lot of fun playing. I hope you enjoy watching them. But anyways, you can see here, first and goal on the 2-yard line. We're going to try to hand this one off the outside. We got a lot of blockers, no wide receivers, no one out here. So it's an obvious run. And he breaks one tackle and makes it into the end zone with ease. And you can see right there, Cam Newton, swag, just like walking, as well as Fred Jackson, doing a little dance. There's a lot of weird dances in Madden 25, and like celebrations, and they kind of take a long time. And I don't know why I put the whole thing in, but he's doing the boogie right now. He's just like all hyped up. But they do a lot of dances, and they're like really long, and I don't even understand half of them. But anyways, now on defense, Freeman drops back. Whoa, sorry about that. There's a few like mishaps and like technical difficulties with these videos sometimes, like really speedy plays or like something just weird like that, where it looks like he's right about to throw the ball, and then fast forward and he's like catching it. But anyways, sorry about that. I'll try to fix them, and they just keep getting, there becomes less and less of them as Vincent Jackson make the diving one-handed catch, which also looked like slow motion, but just an amazing catch by Vincent Jackson, and I give him props for that. Anyways, that gave them a first down, so obviously 1st and 10. They have Douglas, Jackson, Williams, and Ogletree out, and no one in the backfield with Josh Freeman. He drops back, He's looking, got all the time in the world, and he finds his man Douglas over the middle, and he makes a man miss in my awful tackling, and he tries to truck him and just trips out of bounds into the whole Panthers team. However, he was able to pick up the first down. You can see Davis Douglas there. 3 receptions, and I didn't get to read the yards, but it was 30-some yards, so he's doing pretty good. We definitely need to stop him. And we're up 21-3, so it's got a nice cushion here. But the Buccaneers are fighting, got into our territory, and the throw is intercepted by Godfrey. And just like that, big change of events. Godfrey trying to take it the other way, but he is just demolished by a big group of Buccaneers right there. Gets up, though, so no injury, thank gosh. And we hand off to Jackson. Jackson got a little hole up the middle. He makes a few people miss, and he picks up 9 or 10 there. We'll say it's 2nd and inches after a few broken tackles. Now on the 45-yard line, is it? Maybe 9, maybe 49. Yes, 49-yard line. And Cam Newton's in the shotgun. He's going to hand this one off to Jackson here. And it's a draw play. Jackson goes around the outside. He gets a few people to miss and another glitch thingy right there, but he is brought down. And is it the 2-minute warning? Yes, it is. We're up 21-3 with 2 minutes left. And it's a quarterback wrap. Cam Newton around the outside. He's got space. He had so much green, so much daylight, and he gets tackled at the 1-yard line. So anticlimactic, but we're going to try to get Cam Newton this touchdown that he deserves here. So it's going to be a quarterback draw. He runs straight up the middle, and he dives, but he's stuffed. 2nd and goal at the 1. That is another thing with Madden 25, that you always end up getting tackled right before the end zone. But anyways, really trying to get Cam Newton this touchdown here. So we're going to do another quarterback draw and another goal line stand. He is shut down. This one, he almost loses a yard. He's at like the 1.5-yard line now, I think. And you can see he's very frustrated right there. He really wants this touchdown. I'm really going to try to get it to him because he definitely deserves it. So we're going to do QB sneak this time. And he fumbles. But it's recovered by Tolbert in the end zone. So we do get the touchdown, but it does not go to Cam Newton. I believe it was Mike Tolbert. Recovers the fumble in the end zone. So not too cool for Cam Newton, but we did end up getting the touchdown. And it looks like since we were winning so much, I was kind of bored and I went for 2. It looks like we got it because we're up 29-3. As Josh Fruin drops back once again, he fires deep, and he's got a man. And oh my goodness, Vincent Jackson has so much space. There's no way he's not getting this touchdown, as our cornerback core and just our whole secondary is pretty weak. So Jackson was able to beat us deep, and nothing but the end zone in front of him as he gets there. And Tampa Bay is on the board with their first touchdown, even though they had a field goal before, and making this game a little bit closer. It's 29-10. However, there's only 12 seconds left, and this is the kickoff back to Ginn. Ted Ginn takes it out the end zone, a few yards deep. He tries to get around the outside. He's got some space. He makes a few people miss and cuts in, and he's brought down at about the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 here. Still trying to get Cam Newton this touchdown. Not much time left, and I thought one more play that might be able to pay off, and it's a quarterback wrap, and he's got some space. He has daylight. Everyone's on the other side of the field. No one in front of Cam Newton. He is going. He's at the 20, the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! As time expires, Cam Newton's able to get his touchdown. So everybody lives happily ever after in the end, because Cam Newton got his touchdown, and he didn't fumble this time. And he went in pretty much untouched from like 80, 70 yards out. That was just amazing. And we were able to get the simulation win over the Falcons. So in one episode, we go from being a 2-4 team to a 500 4-4 team. So anyways, that pretty much wraps up this video. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time we face off against the San Francisco 49ers. And I'm going gone. See ya.